What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Today we've got a big inclusion in for us. Cameron Delport has returned from the IPL, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a guy that can kickstart our one-day season back into gear. He is very aggressive, left-handed as well as Carberry, but it does mean that we can shift some guys down, and it does allow us actually to see Chappell rested, because he hasn't been in great form lately. He hasn't been doing well with bat or ball, so I thought it's a chance for him to go, play some second 11, and hopefully he can get back into some form and come back bigger and better than we have seen before. So I'm already liking what I'm seeing from Delport. Obviously a big inclusion. I did get a notification that him and Mohamed Nabi had returned, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to be able to use Nabi as well. But he is only a 2020 player for us. Delport obviously can play both first class and one-day games for us. So he is a huge inclusion at the top of the order, and we're looking to try and cash in on his aggressive nature at the top, and already that has started well with 19 off of just 9 deliveries. So that does mean a slight change in the batting order. It does see Ackerman drop down to number 3, where I think we potentially started him, and then that obviously sees everyone basically leapfrog down. So Patini goes to number 4. Please don't tell me he's edged that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so Patini to 4, Dexter to 5, Cosgrove to 6. We might potentially move him ahead of Dexter. And then Hill, Rain, Parkinson, Griffiths, who did well in the last game, picking up 3 for us. And then I decided as well to give Aaron a rest too, because 1, he was very fatigued, and 2, he just hasn't really been performing too well. So Klein back in after having a couple of games down in the second 11. So we'll be hoping that he can bring some of that form potentially that he's had down there up into here. And please, I was going to say, please don't have a run out, especially after the start that we have had. Yeah, so hopefully he can go and bring some of that form in, and that is not what we want to see, because Delport has been going absolutely smashingly, and he is now gone for 32 off 21, so very aggressive. And you know what, I'm going to bring... I wanted to bring Cosgrove in. See, the only problem is these guys are all spin bowling, and I don't know how many spinners that these guys have. I don't want to bring in Klein. I'll bring in Ackerman, you know what, and we'll keep Carberry going as he is. But potentially, I think, you know, having Delport in the side is just, it's the lift that we needed. We need that guy that can go and take the pressure off at the top, score very quickly, and it does mean that inside those 10 overs, we do already have, you know, close to 60 on the board. So it does mean that you can take a little bit of time, the new guys especially, coming in can take a bit of time and can get themselves set as we lead in throughout the innings. So, and I mean, Ackerman's carried on really where Delport did leave, well, where he left off with the array of boundaries. So we just need to make sure that Carberry doesn't get too bogged down here. And that we just continue to I guess, capitalise on this good start, which we haven't had in recent weeks. So hopefully I don't jinx it too much, and we can continue to press on here with a pretty dominant display, it must be said, to start off with. Leach now bowling his 8th over on the trot. Which I don't know why, but it seems to happen quite a lot. I don't know if it's just something in the code that they haven't got right. But quite often you will have opening bowlers, I should say, that they'll bowl like their full allotment of 10 on the trot, and that is a lifeline for Ackerman. It has been dropped by Leach. We were just saying that he has bowled, I think this is his 9th on the trot. That's pitching outside leg, surely, umpire. Thank you very much. I was going to say, if he gave that out, oh, I would not have been happy. But it just seems to fatigue them, and especially if... you know, if it gets towards the back end, the reason I don't like doing it is because if you get towards the middle and a guy's getting pumped and you don't particularly have a strong 6 bowling option, kind of like we have here, especially today now that Chappell isn't playing, it's a good Yorker, that one. Yeah, especially seeing we don't have Chappell playing, we don't really have that 6 bowling option. It would be Cosgrove if we did use anyone, and the pitch does look like it is turning just a touch, so that potentially could be a good shout if we got him and Parkinson at bowling some dual spin at some stage. So we just need a... what has happened there? Is that a miss? Playing miss? I've never seen that. I have not seen that animation before, which is quite crazy. And this is what we've kind of come to expect. You know, we get off to a good start or we get a good partnership, and then we just lose wickets and clumps. And I don't want to turn the aggression down too much, because if I do that, then it's just going to undo all our good work. And the guys really bat slow as it is. Is this Chris Morris? Oh, it is. Alright, so the two openers we took to, mainly because of Delport, these two have been a bit more tight with their line and length, and that has shown in their economy rates. And we do need to keep an eye on Dexter's strike rate as well, because obviously last game he was very, very pedestrian, and by very pedestrian, if you haven't seen it yet, do go and have a look, because it was ridiculous for a one-day game. I do know that there were players around him, you know, wickets around him were falling at very regular intervals, but it just wasn't really rotating the strike and getting the ones and twos. And that's something I do struggle with in this game, is, you know, like this here, like we've got a 4 first ball and then we only get 1 off the rest of the over. Like, how, apart from doing it ball by ball, is there a way that I can change that? Is it something to do with the players? Is it to do with the aggression? If anyone does know, let me know in the comments, because it would be handy. So here's another one, like Dexter. He's faced all 6 balls in the over, and he has only got 4 runs. You know, it's good that he's got those 4 runs, but you really need to go and rotate the strike a little bit more. And I'm guessing that the similar thing is going to happen here. You know, 4, 1, 1, and then 3 dots. So, especially on a pitch like this, it does look like a fairly decent batting pitch. And we're putting ourselves in a decent position. It is good that Ali has come into this the fray so late as well, because it means that he's going to potentially be bowling towards the death, and I think that is possibly a 50 for Ackerman. So that's his first one in a while, I believe, and good on you, Dexter. You've just gone and got yourself out just when the partnership was starting to blossom very, very nicely. But yeah, the first 50 in quite some time. Actually, only the second 50 that he's had on the save, which is quite strange for a player of his quality. And we're just hoping that we can continue to have the partnership build here. Misfield, so that will help Cosgrove. He gets his first boundary. And with 12 overs left to go, we've already surpassed the totals that we've had in the last few games, which again is positive. But we just need to keep getting those runs. We can't afford to get bogged down. And there goes Cosgrove. So all of a sudden, all that hard work that Delport did at the top is slowly coming undone, with once again a middle to lower order collapse. So I don't know if it's something that I need to potentially change around who's batting where. You know, is it personnel? Is it place? It is hard to tell, but you know, we're going to continue on. I did get a little bit stroppy in last episode, but we need to keep positive. We need to keep positive. This is a young side. It's a fairly young side, and Hill has gone and got himself out there, so that's not ideal. But yeah, fairly young side, which we just need to continue to keep building on. Ackerman, you need to start going a bit, bud, if we're going to get up towards that 250. I'm not even sure if 250 is going to be enough on this pitch, because it is still a very, very good batting pitch, and I did touch on it at the start of the last episode, but a loss here today would essentially see our quarter and semi-final aspirations go up in flames, which we obviously don't want to happen. We do want to try and make it, especially after the start we had. You know, we had such a good start. It looked as though that this was going to be the format that we were going to excel in. It was the one that we could potentially, you know, make it deep in the competition. But then it just all started to unravel after that, with loss after loss after loss, and it just felt like, you know, we were watching the Leicestershire of old. So that's not what we wanted. And this, to be fair, is what we wanted from Rain. 3 boundaries in the over, 1 ball left to go, and he has actually gone and got himself out. But a 24 off 12, that's what we need towards this back end. And I was going to say, hopefully with Ackerman on strike now and Moeen Ali, he does favour spin. But in saying that, he has gone and got an inside edge on 1 somehow from that position, no idea how, and has gone and got himself out. So that 250 is still looming, but it is still a wee way away. Griffiths with the sweep. I'm hoping that he really does do well for me. You know, I say that with a lot of young players, but he was doing well in the second 11. He's played games here and there, so he does have a little bit of experience. But I'm hoping that he can go and carry on that form that he did have in that last game. We do only get 4 off the last over, but we do get to 250, which is an improvement, obviously. A lot better than the last 2 episodes where we have really been struggling to get runs on the board, especially when we're batting first. I did actually want to bowl first today, just to see if that was going to make a difference. And it is going to be interesting to see how it does go. Oh, Travis Head plays here as well. Oh, Joe Leach, I was going to say. I was sure that when Leach was bowling, he wasn't bowling spin, like Jack Leach. But here's hoping we can get some breakthroughs, and we can get something out of this game. I think that's gone, caught behind. Yes, says the umpire as he raises his finger. Thank you very much, Clark Gone. Rain with a wicket. He has been good for us, this bloke. So we'll keep him going. Might potentially... I was going to say I thought that was angling in at Moeen Ali's pads, and it was going to see... I was going to say not the death rattle, but it was going to see him potentially miss a straight one. That's what I was hoping for anyway. And that we could get something, but he has absolutely gone and planted Griffiths into the stands with just the second ball of his spell. He has come back nicely there with a play and a miss, but we just need to get through. I think if we can get through Moeen Ali and we can get through Travis Head, then we are a chance, because I don't know what the rest... I mean, Chris Morris is a decent bat, don't get me wrong, but... I'm just thinking again, we're probably not going to defend this total. We need to bowl them out rather than try and contain. So hopefully we can see some poor shot choices. Not like that. Moeen Ali showing why he is an international player. And I think that's a problem as well. I don't think we have any English international players in our team. So next time around, at the start of next season, when there are contracts being floated around, hopefully we can go and get that. But see you later, Moeen. You are gone. Griffiths through. So what we have seen in, well, I guess this is only the second game that we've seen Griffiths. But he is expensive, but he does pick you up wickets. He is a wicket taker, which is what, that's what I was hoping Chappell was going to do. That he could be expensive, might go for 6 runs and over, but he will pick up 3 or 4 wickets in a game, and then it does mean that you have the other guys to potentially go and try and tighten things up. And there's another one, Travis Head, straight through him. So he's just knocked over Ali and Travis Head in the space of 2 overs, and that's going to be a huge confidence boost for the young fella. We'll keep him going. It'll be interesting to see how Parkinson does go on this wicket as well. He didn't really... I don't think we even used him in the last episode, just because we were trying to get... we were trying to bowl them out, obviously, and the overhead conditions were really suited for seam bowling. So hopefully we can get something here. Mitchell is really... I don't want to say he's fighting, because that's what the strike rate, to be fair, of most of my players, but just going to try and leave Parkinson for as late as we can. As late as we can in the piece. Just continue to keep building pressure, which is what we're doing. Oh, surely that has pitched outside leg. I was going to say surely that's out, but definitely would have been pitching outside leg. We won't even go and bother looking at the Hawkeye on that one. But that one there is a hell of a lot closer, and I think he might... Yes, he has gone and raised the finger, so Dexter getting the job done there. 34 off 61. Not quite as defensive as Baxter was in 2 games ago, or last game. I can't remember, one of the two. He was very, very defensive. Might even possibly just, I was going to say persist, with the quicks. If we can get another one and get the keeper in, and then the bowlers. I mean, they still need to go at 5.5, so there is still a chance. But I would really like another wicket here. I'd really like another breakthrough, and I think we've got one. We have got one. We've persisted with Rain, and he has gone and shown why he has been one of our best bowlers to date so far. This is going to be Klein's last ball of his spell as well, so all his 10 are now done and dusted. We'll bring Parkinson in, and he's going to have to basically bowl 10 straight now, which at the death isn't ideal, but I did want to use those overhead conditions and did want to use the seam bowlers as much as I could. We do have Cosgrove as well that we could potentially use. But we'll bring back Griffiths. I just need a wicket. Just need to keep attacking, and I think that's what we've done. And I think he's gone and got him. He has. Fell gone for 28. So now we are into the wicketkeeper and the bowlers. So that is perfect. Exactly what we needed. And now the conditions, the overhead conditions, have started to change as well. has got overcast, which does mean it is going to suit the seamers, but that doesn't matter because Parkinson says, I'm going to rip this one and take out your leg stump cocks. In comes Chris Morris now, and things are starting to look a little bit better. Oh yes, there we go. I was going to say 2 and 2, but it's not. There was a dot ball in between there, but Parkinson has come in, has been expensive. He has gone for 13 off of his first 1.5 overs. He's going to go for 17 actually, but he has picked up 2 wickets, and they have been 2 very key wickets as well. So we're going to keep persisting with the quicks here in this situation and try and get these last 2 that we do require for victory. That one there, big appeal, but going well down the leg side. Not even, I was going to say, not even worth a look. It didn't. To be fair, it didn't actually miss by as much as I thought. I thought that was going to be going down majorly, but not the case. And what can Parkinson do here? We have seen in his short time that we have seen him in the one-day game and in the first class game as well. You've got to remember he is still a young product of the system. We have seen him come up with some match-winning innings. Is that one there taking the outside edge, or no? It's just a play and a miss. Ooh, so we don't get that one there, but just the one then coming off that Parkinson over. Leach still in, so I think he's the number 8. We look to try and knock him over, but instead he just goes to Griffiths. I'm going to knock you over your head into the sight screen for 6. And that is what he's done. So 64 needed, 11 overs left to go. Oh, this is getting tense. This is going down to the wire. You'd imagine that we would be able to persist through and get through these guys. Caught and bowled opportunity. Yes, he's gone and taken it. Parkinson gets his 3rd, and it's Leach who's gone for 18. And now we do have number 10 and number 11 in here, and we could be looking to get back to winning ways with the Foxes here. So Griffiths has now bowled all of his overs. We're going to bring Dexter back in. Dexter or Rain? This could potentially go the distance. This could. So I'm going to have to use my bowlers wisely here, because it could go into the 50th over. So if we use Rain now, it wouldn't make a difference because we have gone straight through and we get past, I think it's Worcestershire, similar to the source, and we win by 58 runs. So back on winning ways. Dexter with a man of the match performance for his 41. I believe he did also pick up 2 wickets, but Parkinson and Griffith again, these 2 getting the job done, and that does see us not move at all. But it does mean, in saying that, we do have a record of 2 and 3, but we are only, and our net run rate's not that bad. Our net run rate is actually better than Durham in 3rd position. So we are only 1 win away from breaking now into that top 3. We do have 3 games left to play. I think we still have to play Lancashire, Warwickshire, and possibly Durham. So we do have, we do have 2 of the top 3 teams. So if we can win and take points off them, it's going to be good. We do have Lancashire in the next game, so that is going to be a tough one. Nabi selected for Afghanistan, but that doesn't matter because he only plays 2020s for us anyway. But I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. We're finally back on winning ways. If you're happy for that, make sure to drop a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, drop me a comment down below. Always enjoy reading those. And until next time, I'll see you very, very soon.